And, actually, his stance on Brexit at the time was quite unusual for ministers of that time. So it was quite a gutsy approach to take. So, Gina, I know you're not a fan of the Tories, but can you see any merit in that?
Oh, do you know, this morning I almost felt sorry for him. It was like, I thought, oh, that's going to be awful. And I was waiting for him to come out. And then, he doesn't disappoint, does he? He came out and it was like, this is him being kicked out. Remember when Theresa May was in a similar situation, though less hated, obviously.
Yes.
She cried. It was quite emotional. Now, if you see that historically, that piece of video, it's like he smashed it. Do you know what I mean? It's like I smashed it. It's like a comedian. And I did great. I was like, amazing.
This is always the point at which even the most hated prime ministers can look human.
Yeah.
You remember when Margaret Thatcher got into the car and you saw her crying for the first time in her life, I think. And it's just interesting that it really humanises because all of these political careers end in tragedy, don't they?
No regret, no remorse.
There was nothing from him, was there?
Nothing. There was a touching moment with, Carrie, like with the baby. And I thought, the baby's quite cute. Was it Roma? Very sweet. I thought it was a quite touching moment. I thought maybe he'll, soften. Maybe he'll do something. And there was nothing. And I thought I just wasted my sympathy on him.
So, Leo, do you think that he's got to take responsibility ultimately for what happened here?
Yeah, I don't think he will take it, but we know he's responsible. And, the sort of narcissism and ego that he's displayed in his valedictory speech is, sort of shows the lack of moral fibre. That meant that he couldn't make decisions that were in the nation's interest if they damaged his popularity.
But look, the Brexit thing is really important. It's interesting that the Express focuses on this because, as Johnson continually said over the past couple of days, he has the mandate of 14 million votes. A lot of those votes came from people who traditionally voted for the left, but they were voting for this because they had voted to leave and they valued democracy, OK? So he has that mandate. And, is it not the case that we need a general election now? If we're going to have another leader, we can't have someone who comes in and doesn't run on that mandate.
No, because we elect the party, not the leader. It's not a presidency.
No, but, this is the thing. Like, he's such a survivor. Now, he's got this interim period where, like, a lot of people say, well, no, we're going to discuss it later, where a lot of people are saying that they don't want him in the interim. They don't even trust him to do the interim. And I think he is that, canny, that he could actually drag something out of the bag during this interim period. He could do something really crazy.
We are going to discuss later on whether he's going to go. But let's move on now. It's all about Boris, obviously, today. Let's go to an ex-Prime Minister giving advice to a soon-to-be ex-Prime Minister. This from Friday's Independent, Leo. Yeah,
so John Major has urged the 1922 committee to remove Boris Johnson quickly. So John Major, obviously, is a former Conservative Prime Minister who released a letter saying it was unwise and maybe unsustainable for Johnson to stay in office for up to 3 months, as Johnson wants.
So this is the question, isn't it? So is it really conceivable that he can stay in office for 3 months? Can he... he's got no respect among the party, and that's surely where it counts at this stage. Sajida, what do you think?
Do
you think he should go right now?
No. I can't believe I'm saying that because I think maybe it's the comedian in me and I'm just like, do you know when Trump, disappeared? I was a bit gutted. I was like, oh, what are we going to do now?
Well, we've got Dominic Raab standing by.
Yeah, but he's not as much fun.
It's not as much fun. So you're thinking in terms of the comedic value.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I can't do anything with Dominic. I can't do anything with him.
No, he's too dashing.
He's too dashing.
And
but
nice.
Also, I do think we're in this really awful situation where there's no one taking care of the country right now. And, better the devil you know. It's not like we're going to get someone else and they're going to be any better.
Yes, but, isn't it about him holding the reins of the party at this point? It's interesting, though, that these people keep popping up, like people like John Major, Tony Blair often does it, old prime ministers coming up and trying to have their say. But on this...
They had their time. They've had their time.
They have.
Back off, Major. Go back to being grey.
What do you think, though? Surely, can he possibly do anything at this point?
You think he's going to do some sort of Putin-esque thing and change the rules so he can stay on?
No, of course I don't think
for
that.
Another 20 years.
What I mean is, can he really have any control?
No, that's the thing. He's lost any sort of any ability to control the party and guide it. So yeah, there's no point in him staying on. It needs fresh blood immediately.
Well.